Yo, what's going on, miners? Whoa, what are you doing over here? You running
I'm
away?
working out. I gotta get my steps in, bro.
What's going on, man? Welcome to Terrahash Tuesday. And with me always is Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining. What's going on, man? Welcome to Terrahash. So, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Had a little bleed through there, I think.
Yeah, that's my fault.
All right, man. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody been? What's going on, Hawk? How's your day, man?
Dude, today was probably one of the more stressful days I've had in business ever. What makes it worse is when you work with your family is you can't do certain things. You know what I mean? Like me and my mom are business partners. There's good to that and there's bad to that. Like,
yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And it's like when we don't agree, we'll never agree. Because mom's always right. You know what I mean? I have to like say things in a roundabout way. And it's just annoying.
Hey, would she hit you with a pan at the restaurant if you get too mouthy?
So
will she hit you with a pan, Hawk? Is that what's gonna happen?
No, so I used to get, and if there's any Italians in the chat, I used to get the wooden spoon. That's what I used to get. I actually have scars.
Oh man. And hey, look, Max is trolling you right now. He's like, what is this? Hawk is part of a stream that started early. Well, so technically it didn't start early because we're usually supposed to start at 8:30, but I had to push it back for Hollywood over here. But we did start earlier than the later time. So yeah. Oh, hey, it's a pirate. Thank you for becoming a Kingsman, man. And
there you go.
Apologies to all the Kingsmen. The last couple weekends, I haven't been doing the voice chat. We're going to be doing it this weekend, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. This Saturday, the Kingsmen will be meeting in the Kingsman voice chat in the Misfit Mining Discord. As well as another announcement, the 5K giveaway for my channel will be this Friday, 9 p.m. on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So 6 p.m. Pacific. You guys want to tune in for that? It's going to be me, Octominer or Chili, and Red Panda Mining. Chili's going to be giving away an Octominer server case. Panda said he was going to give away, I think, a 1070. And then I just got this in today. Now, look, I'm not giving you guys a Mind-On GPU, okay? I just got this from Amazon. All right?
He actually bought a brand new one.
Brand new, and it's massive. I can't even fit it on the screen. It's a 3070 Ti hollow.
Crazy.
All right.
A lot of people gave him slack for that, but
they did.
This is where I agree with him, though. They did. I'm gonna defend you. I think you did the right thing because this community gives us so much. You know what I mean? They're so supportive, and why giving a GPU is nice to begin with, but a brand new one in the box, man, like I don't know, man. That's awesome. Like nobody's gone that far and given a brand new one out of the box that they purchased just for this. Usually it's one that we may have used or didn't want to use or used it for a little while, but
right, or bought a used one from somebody from somewhere, right? Nope, I bought a brand new for everybody.
Awesome. I think that's great. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, so far my YouTube channel, I'll be transparent with everybody. I don't take any money from it. Any money I make from it, I just put right back into it. So I don't take any of my earnings out. I just put it right back in to grow it some more. So I've been saving some earnings to do the 5K, and that's what I bought. So I figured we'd treat all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, dude. That's people are gonna like it. 3070 Ti Zotac.
There you go, man. 3070 Ti, man, brand new.
It's dope. But
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Gordon Murray, I see he has a question down there. Has anyone else noticed that there's any Harley 30 Series F? And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I went part shopping here the other day with Mr. Hawk here, and there's a lot of the good parts that aren't around anymore. Just because of Cyber Monday and everybody building right now, right? Everybody's building gifts for family members and stuff like that. You know, it's just
they were limiting the 5700G CPUs to only 2 per customer on Amazon. Yeah. So I think you said they got the rest of them in stock. We have to order it, and we spent like so much money getting everything ready.
Oh,
Which
hey
good
man, you're
news, by
giving
the
away
way.
the trade secrets here. What are
Oh,
you
it's not a
doing?
trade secret. Get
What
out
are
of here.
you What are you doing? And no, it's
Not
not.
a trade secret.
Yeah, go to Amazon. It's not in stock for that price.
It's not anymore.
No, it's
I'm
not
glad.
Amazon, and I'm not announcing where it is here on the stream because I want it to be there when we're done streaming.
Anyway, but we are happy to announce that we are going to launch ready to launch our second Titan node. We're waiting for the green light from Flux, so that's pretty cool. So I believe if my memory serves me correctly, we'll be number 103 and 106 Titan nodes, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
because they already have
I think we're going
105
to
right
be
now. So
at
yeah, we'll be
105. So
106.
we're good to go. Another update, Zay Pirate asked me about the facility, where we're at with the facility. So good news. We got everything back from the landlord today. And King, did I even fill you in?
So hey, hold on. FYI, he doesn't even tell his business partners what's going on.
Wait,
So
no,
we're
'cause I
learning
had a
together
chance.
now. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, I mean, we
Listen.
already talked about what we wanted. We agreed to this. They agreed to it. They actually gave us an allowance to help fix the chiller that's inside. And I thought that was very generous of them to do that. And which it's going to cost us probably right around that anyway to get it fixed. So, you look at Yeti. Now Yeti's getting fired up. Oh, God. So they gave us an allowance. That's sweet. So we agreed to everything. Now, obviously, guys, we're a new company, right? So when you're a new company, you don't get the rock star deals that the other companies get that have been around with a little bit more reputable of a name and a lot more money, right? You get the, hey, we'll give you a hand, but you got to prove it to us that you're not going to waste our time and money deal.
Maybe you put on your knee pads, son. You work the deal extra hard, huh?
Hey, man, listen, you got to do what you got to do. And that's the end of it. All right. So we got the allowance for the chiller. I thought that was cool. We're good to go. We agreed to everything. They agreed. We got it in the email. And GPU risers didn't even hesitate to say, send us the lease. So that we're waiting. We should have it tomorrow. So now everything's going to be in there. We're going to sign, and we're going to probably get what's today's date? We could probably get a December 1 lease commencement. And then they're going to start, while they're working, we're going to start moving stuff down there. So, and then once we sign, we're going to know how to get Yeti. We got to get Yeti over here. Oh my God. And he doesn't want to fly coach. And he gave me shit about flying coach.
Do you know how much it's going to cost him to fly over here this time of the year?
I know, but we have to. We don't have a choice. Like,
I'll just get a GoPro, right? We'll get some kind of wireless setup. I'll have a GoPro, and I'll put a little earpiece in, and he can just yell at me all day. Okay.
Yeti didn't want to play coach. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to see. My mom used to work for Delta Airlines years ago, and she flies free for the rest of her life. So, because she had an accident that affected her when she was lifting a bag, and she had an injury from it. So that's the deal that she gets there. So I'm gonna see if I can make some calls and see if I can get a cheaper flight for Yeti to fly, maybe business class at least, because it does suck. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit like this for like 8-9 hours, man. Like, it sucks. It really does. Like, and I could
personally, I'm a bigger dude. I'm not going anywhere unless it's first class.
I'm with you sometimes, man. Like, I can't. Business class is okay because you do get like a nice seat and stuff.
That's okay. Like, but I won't do coach, not just because of how crammed the seats are, but just from a you gotta wait to like everybody to get off the plane. So it's like another like 45 minutes you gotta wait to get off the damn plane.
It's awful. Like, and I don't blame Yeti for being like, I can't do a British accent, but he's like, I'm not flying coach. Like, and that's just what he's saying. Like, so, and I'm like, I'm like talking to Mike, and I'm like, dude, come on. Like, would you sit 10 hours in coach? Like, he's like, no, I wouldn't.
Man,
I'm like,
okay. So what I said was my solution is we get a box, we drill some holes, we get like a few laptop batteries, right? You know what I mean? And then ship them in a box. Yeah, and it'd be good to go, right?
Oh, Yeti. I think Yeti would take coach after that. I could just see him all crunched up in a box saying,
okay, what if we made it like a stand-up box to where it had like at least a chair in it, like a nice comfy recliner for something so he could just sit back and just kind of relax and just, do his thing, code, and be on the phone with me all
I
day
don't
doing
think business
networking.
class will be that much money, man. I really don't. I don't think business class will be that much money, especially if I can make a couple calls and maybe we can get because there's something called like an alliance. So the alliance is like a bunch of airline companies that kind of work together. So it's Delta, it's like United Arab Emirates, I think's in it. Like Alitalia was in it. Lufthansa, not Lufthansa. Not, is it Lufthansa? Is that like there's a bunch of different airlines that
I,
work together.
I fly American, or not American, but I fly Alaska.
We know you fly Alaskan, you eat Taco Bell, you don't know what linguine is. We know this already. Give me
Luigi?
something new. Here we
Luigi? Hey, my wife made some homemade chili in the crock pot, man. That stuff was fire.
Yeah.
But
Patrick Guillen says I've done coach to and from the Philippines like a dozen times. If I can do 24 hours,
I didn't even see him. I forgot that we're doing the call in. Let's bring him in here. We have a special guest, which he should be in bed right now. It's probably like 2 a.m. there. Here he is, guys. There's Mr. Yeti.
Yell at me on a live. That's what he's
absolutely what you'd expect. Nothing less from me, right? Come on.
Thank God.
Yeah, and it's 10 hours, by the way, just to make it even worse.
That's a nice case. What case you got back there, Yeti? That thing looks cool.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's missing a GPU.
I know. I gotta send you one. I'll send you one.
Man, that thing's still not running.
I'll send him. I gotta send him a 39, 37.
Can't get the stuff.
I'll send him one.
Just can't get the stuff.
I am selling my 3060 Ti's, by the way. I think I'm gonna sell all 48 of them. They're founders editions, all of them.
I thought you might have kept one for yourself.
I'm gonna keep the 3070s. $5,000. What are you, nuts? I mean,
hey man, it's a bear market right now. You know what I mean? They go for crap right now. So you get a 3070 for $250. So I mean, 3060 Ti. That's
3070 for $250. Where used?
Yeah, used.
Yeah,
well, man, you get
no.
200.
You're going to pull on us then, Hawk?
What is any other
surprises?
I just mentioned it. Did you not hear in the chat?
Yeah, I heard that bit. I was waiting for some more surprises because
there's no surprises, Yeti. I don't have any surprises. Everything looks good to go. We actually found. We got some good news this week. Listen, we got some really good news this week. We found out that our internet cost is going to be significantly cheaper than we thought. We got an allowance to fix the building, which is called tenant improvement, TI allowance. Like they're giving a separate allowance for the chiller. I mean, we got a lot of what we wanted. Now I have a meeting tomorrow morning with the, Florida Power and Light people. I'm hoping that goes well. You know what I mean? So let's kind of ride the wave a little bit. Hopefully we get the rate that we want.
Bring the knee pads with you.
That's the next big
that meeting as well.
Well, the meeting's over the phone, so no knee pads would be needed. But thank you.
Now the next big milestone for us is to get that power rate, right? That's the one that we've been most worried about, right? So,
right. So we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll definitely get it. I got to look at what I'm going to sell the 3060 Ti's for. They're all in. I have them in. I think I have a couple of them in X12. One in an X12.
Well, you did talk about maybe leasing them out, right?
Yeah, I thought about it, but to lease them out at what my power rate is. I don't think anybody can do it.
Right at the new facility, though, that might be a plausible option.
It is.
Do not sell your hardware right now. It is a bad idea. You're going to lose out on so much money. Just think about that. If you hold on to it, man, you could, like, when the bull run comes back, there'll be no GPUs and you could sell them for like quadruple the price.
No, I wouldn't hit people over the head. I don't think it's fair.
But if you could lease them in the meantime, then you're still making money. It's better than them being turned off.
New England says, just sell them to me. I'll pay you to keep them running. Yeah. So if I was to lease them, Joker Miner is asking, I said, if I was to lease them, I'd have to lease them at what? I would just do it by the kilowatt, right? I mean, that would probably be the smartest way. And I have about 8 gigahash of Ethereum worth of GPUs. I have 200. So of my own. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I got to look at I got to look at all of them. I mean, my rate is 16 cents at my warehouse. It's a lot, man. It's a lot, and it's not profitable to run. So I have to look at
it's
a
not
couple.
Profitable to run. Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure there's 2 people here that are still running in your facility.
Well, I know you guys are, but both of you are in a unique position.
They don't make off buttons. I'm pretty sure that the off button doesn't exist.
No. I got Hawk to disconnect mine.
Is anybody mining Caspa? Man, I had the best help desk like a couple nights ago. Mr. RPM tuned my 6700 XTs for me.
Oh, did you get the privilege of having Panda tune your cars?
Yeah. I was doing some networking with Yeti over here, and I was too busy to tune my rigs for Caspa, and it's like, here, I'll do it for you.
I just did this morning XP1's 6700 XTs on Caspa. Pretty efficient. I got them down at 34 watt software. So it's not bad.
That's great.
The AMDs, you can basically shut the whole of the RAM off. That's why they get such a good efficiency number.
So KJ just said, talk to Django. He'll buy and rent them to you. I just actually got off the phone with Django on the way here. And I don't think he's interested in doing that at the moment. But we may be collabing with Django in the future. There may be some good things coming out of that.
So, but I'm gonna interrupt you. We're gonna bring on we have another guest in here. We're just gonna pile him.
Is he wearing a flannel?
No. You're wrong. Nope. Try again. You got one more guess.
Does he have a mullet?
A mullet? Oh, no. Man, you're terrible. You're not very good at this.
Terrible. What do you got? Bring him in.
All right. Oh, dude, he's so trolling me right now with this. He just did that on purpose. Oh, here we go. We got
good evening.
Network Bits who just
literally
turned around to his closet back there and went and got the flannel.
How's it going?
What's going on, Joe? How are you, man?
I'm just causing problems as usual. How are you?
You know how it is.
What's going on, Hawk?
Your camera.
I didn't want to disappoint you. What'd you say?
Your camera's blurry again.
Yeah, again.
It's all right.
What can I do?
I can still see your lovely face. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. I hope you like my flannel.
Yeah, I love it. I thought I the reason why I said flannel because I thought Max was jumping.
Get him in here.
Oh God. Let's just get called Chump and Max. We'll make this Saturday Night Live all over again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's up, Joe? Besides you kicking my ass in poker the other night.
I want to play poker again. I'm enjoying it now.
Oh, man, I've been wrecking Hawk.
I got a 2 a.m. stream going on tonight.
2 a.m. Eastern, Pacific?
Central.
2 a.m. Central.
Yeah, to accommodate some pissed off Australians. They want to bash Helium a little bit, so
ooh,
yeah, we're gonna have fun.
I definitely might be awake for that.
So that 2 a.m. that would be 6 hours
Central.
Would that be
2 a.m.
6 hours
Central, so 3
Yeti?
a.m. Eastern. Sorry,
the 3 a.m.
So that'd be 8 a.m. for Yeti then.
Yeah. I don't think Yeti's interested in that type of life, you know.
Poor Yeti, man. This guy gets.
I'm gonna do a stream here pretty soon. Well, actually, he could catch my Friday morning streams. It's not morning there. That's more like I think like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
just look at the comments on Twitter tomorrow morning. I don't think you'll be too entertained by the stream. It's gonna be a lot of technical RF talk, but yeah,
nice.
Some fucking pissed off Aussies.
Mr. Steven in the chat.
Excuse me.
Is that Australian or?
Mr. Steven in the chat. No, the R620 servers that I have that I recommended a while back, they will not do Nimbus nodes.
Not even close.
No, sir. The executions barely are able to pass the Cumulus. So no, I would not recommend getting those for a Nimbus.
I got a phone call from TD Bank today, by the way. Asking if we ordered stuff at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. when the order went through. I'm like, yeah, that was me. Oh, we're just making sure. I'm like, you didn't decline it, did you? Like, no, we let it go. We just want to make sure that this is what you guys do. And
what are you ordering that late at night?
What are you talking about? We spent like $4,000 last night.
Did you
We
not
did?
read Did you not
Oh.
read the Discord message?
I
John,
don't. I didn't add it all up. I just said
Yeah, I
get
did
these
read
parts.
the Discord message.
Okay.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Talk about the $800.
What?
Wait, what's Discord message you talking about, Yeti? Am I missing
The
something?
one that we sent to Jeff Key, like
Oh
literally.
yeah, I already announced it.
You might have missed that in the stream. Yeah, the second tight note is ready to launch. It's on Mr. Jeff Key and the Flux team to do what they want at will with it.
Just waiting on them now.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Jeff's at an event in Chicago, so
And we got
I
enough
think,
capacity for probably a couple more easily.
well, we just
Yeah.
ordered probably enough for 10.
Yeah.
So
Plus,
Did you see my
capacity for another two?
yeah.
Did you see the message I sent you about those motherboards? I found some good
I
price
know you
motherboards.
did. I haven't. I just came straight home and asked you for the link.
Okay.
I'm going to handle everything when we're done.
Steven, yes, it'll handle 4. It actually can handle 8. So that server has the one that I have is 20 cores and 40 threads. So you could easily have 8 cumulus nodes and it won't even blink at it. So it's able to do all the cumuluses you want.
Okay, Joe. Question.
No Nimbus.
Shoot.
What's Crank?
It is a Helium competitor on the Cardano blockchain.
Is it good?
They're promising.
Okay.
It's very early in development, and they have. What do you think? I'm selling drugs in your live stream?
No. I knew exactly. Okay. Well,
I wasn't sure until you answered it. I was like, what is he talking about?
I'm not Crank, man. It was a good movie, by the way. Jason Statham. Anyway, yeah, he goes, yeah, it was. So, that'd be interesting to know if they're better than Helium. I mean, I know you guys hate Helium, and that's a. It says the Crank community is very shilly. New England Crypto says nonstop. Well, I mean, if you're pushing a project, you're going to be labeled a shill. Especially like, listen, we love Flux. You know what I mean? We all of us love Flux. Will we shill in Flux? No, the truth is we love the project, and
This is the point that I'm trying to make to Helium, that they're just so tone deaf, so arrogant. They don't understand the mining community very well. But the fact is, people are here to make a profit.
Right.
They're going to go where it's more profitable and turn their rigs off or dual purpose if they have that option. And other competitors are going to gain a foothold in the space.
Correct.
That's how it is. That's how it works with every other ecosystem, GPU mining, whatever it may be.
Right.
But they think that they have these vendors, like Bobcat, locked in.
No.
Their time's ticking. They don't realize it, though.
My poor Bob.
Isn't that the whole idea of it? The whole idea of it is that anyone could go and build their own equipment and run it. Or that was the original plan, wasn't it?
Kind of. And what happened there, there's so much cheating of the system. I mean, there's 100 ways you can cheat it. And they came up with one solution that, it plugged one of the many holes, which was their ECC card. So it would sign the transaction with like an onboard encryption key that Helium would have to sell to the manufacturer. So you can no longer do a do-it-yourself miner, but people still found ways to game the system. That's another topic I might be making a video about. That's once again going to send the lattes flying off the table. And I'm going to get endless amounts of flack for it. By the way, did you guys see that video of Boss Coin and Tactical Investing? An hour and 15 minutes bitching about their affiliate linking. Look, I gave him everything. I spent an hour of my time giving Boss the secrets and just said, do as you wish with this. I don't care. And he blew it. He has severely let me down. So, Boss, if you're watching, bring me on the show.
I no longer watch Boss Coin. I like the early Boss Coin stuff when he was a miner, right? But during the last bull run, you could see his subscribers really boom, and he kind of went into like the DeFi and more like trading space, kind of a little bit like that, which I'm really not into. So
I guess he went more YouTuber than miner, and basically just was, promoting a lot of stuff.
Yeah, which is fine, man. It's just it's a business decision, right? He has all those subscribers. He could push lots of products and whatever. But it's not my cup of tea. I don't watch Vosk anymore.
Here's the question I have though. Voss put a video out. We're going to talk about Voss real quick. He put a video out, complaining that BlockFi and FTX has ruined him, and he's like all this other stuff. I'm paraphrasing here.
And Syncrobit and Nebra, yeah.
Right. Like he's saying all this stuff. Did he not have all his stuff off the exchange? Isn't this like rule number 1? Like, I'm confused. Like, did you not take your stuff off the exchange?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Hello. Rule number 1. This is crypto mining 101. All of us know take your stuff off the exchange. Did you not take your stuff off the exchange? Yes, the price would be affected. I'm with you. Okay, but did you not take your stuff off the exchange? If he didn't, then he's missing the entire thing of what the hell we're doing here. I'm just curious. Has nobody picked up on this?
Oh, I did. I think there's 2 points he was making. It sounded like he had a lot on the exchange, but also that he was doing affiliate marketing with them, and now his brand is blowing because of that.
Okay, so real quick, New England Crypto said that he's not going to get thousands of dollars that he is owed in affiliate money. Okay, I get it. That's fine, and that sucks. I would. You listen, everybody in the chat knows me. I'd bitch too. I really would. Okay. However, he made it look like he's losing his house. Like, I'm like,
he's not losing his house. No, you can
right. That's what I'm saying is that I'm not saying like, okay, it's YouTube. You got to act. You got to do your thing. I get it. It's a little bit of both, especially when you're that big. But I mean, come on, man. Like, we all preach, take your stuff off the exchanges. I mean, he just sat there in a video like this.
Yeah, he does that. He does like this,
and listen,
he does that.
I'm not against, please understand, I'm not talking bad about Vosk. I'm just trying to understand that why do this? Because if I'm a crypto miner or someone who wants to get into crypto mining, and I watched a video like this, and this guy's life, like he's acting like is destroyed. This is not what we're. Wait a minute. That's not how this works. Like, you're supposed to take your stuff off the exchange. You're supposed to, hang on to your stuff and push through it. Not make it look like you're just gonna turn everything and go get a different job and just quit. I just think I don't think he practiced a lot of what he preached. I don't. And listen. We make videos all the time, right? Well, I haven't made one in about 10 days. I've been really busy. Sorry about that. I'm working on it. Anyway, everybody makes videos all the time. Not once has like Red Panda, okay, or any of the bigger guys, okay, made any video saying, "Oh, guys, maybe we should sell everything, and this really hurt me, and I'm this, I'm that, and you should feel bad for me, and all this." Like, no, because that's not what it's about. Like, you should be encouraging, saying, "Hey guys, listen, we're in it together. We're going to go through this together. We're going to get through it. Keep your stuff. Don't sell it. Don't be crazy. Don't make impulse decisions. We're going to work on it together. If you have to restructure, cool, but don't give up. Because if you give up, then what's the point of even fighting? You don't think this is going to get hard? It's going to get hard in every industry." Just my opinion there. I don't know.
So before we continue, we got 2 more guests. Can I bring 2 more people in here?
Go ahead. Hey, give me the boot if you want. I have
no.
Right.
No, we're gonna have a party in here. The first crypto tuber party here. Here we go. We're bringing them in. All right. And there's one special guest that I don't think he's ever called into either mine or Hawk's channel.
Oh, damn.
Okay. So the first one I'm going to bring in, everybody knows the general here, Mr. General Voltage.
Max.
Hey, Max.
But here we go.
Real quick, I gotta respond to something though. Geek of all trades says, quote, "Don't make impulse decision 15 minutes after he says he wants to sell his cards." Hold on. I said I'm getting rid of the 3060 Ti Founders Editions and I'm restructuring. Never gave up on mining, and I'll never give up on it. I'm just reevaluating what is more important, and that's to get our company off the ground and not hold on to stuff that may not be worth it in the future. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. Hey, Max, how are you?
Doing good.
Good.
I felt like I had to come. Joe called me out. He's like, "Man, why is he not here?"
Bring a flannel.
Yeah.
All right.
And what happened to the flannel, man?
I'm bringing
Oh
the
my
next
God,
guy
here we
in
go.
here. Bringing the next guy. He's also from across the pond. The new YouTube sensation, KJ.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that, and yet I'm still not. I have like 3
He will be
followers.
very shortly.
Oh man, what's going on, KJ?
Welcome,
Man, thanks
KJ.
for calling in, buddy.
Oh, I need the right amount of screens because I'm looking at this one and I'm looking at the live stream on this one, and I need to work this shit out.
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
It's how do you think we feel every time we stream? I'm like, okay, I'll move this over here. I put this one here. I'll put this over here. Wait, ready, go. Okay.
Yeah, I can see the live one on YouTube here, and then I've got the studio one on the other side, so I need to swap them around.
So what's going on with you, KJ? Man, are you turned on right now? Are you mining, or what's the story?
Well,
Sorry,
over
me?
here, you've got to be joking, right?
He was
we
mining a
go.
little while ago. Like remember when we went to go hang out with them in their Discord? You invited me over there. We were over there for a little while. He was mining then. Are you still mining, KJ? Or are you off now?
No, I still got my little 6-card rig under the desk,
You're
keeping my feet
crazy.
warm.
Max, look at this. My girlfriend's
keeps my
your
feet
biggest
warm.
fan. Look what she says. Can you see the text? I don't know if you can see it.
I can't see it.
Hold on. See it?
No. What does it say?
My dude, Max.
Oh,
She's like his biggest fan. Like she's like, oh, I can't wait till Max just rips into you. I love it. I'm like, yo, whose team are you on? Like, this is terrible.
So what are you mining over there in the UK? I know that the power over there for electricity is awful. So what are you mining right now?
Me?
Yep. Yeah, you.
At the moment, I'm swapping between Casper, like during the day, and then at night time, I swap over to a mineable, and I'm mining Polygon Matic.
All right.
What's your power rate over there, KJ? I wonder. I like to compare it to Yeti's.
Mine is 33 pence.
Yeti, what are you at?
Pretty
40?
much. Mine's 35.
Oh,
So,
35.
yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, I've only
Nice.
just gone up in the past month because it was my landlord
We're all due
who
an
I
increase
paid
in
all
April.
inclusive. So it
We're
was like
also-
16 pence before.
You know, we're all due another increase in April as well.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So-
I got a feeling my radiator is going to be used more than my miner.
oh yeah.
What
It's
about
keeping my feet warm though. I'm happy.
what about Mr. Voltage over there, Mr. Efficient number 2 who turns rigs on and off during certain times and whatever. Like just leave them on. Don't turn them off. That's too much effort.
well, actually, the Casper miners have been left on
Okay.
all day long, and today was actually a good day. Joe, it was warm here today. It was in the 50s. Those are like golden times to be mining because there's no heat and there's no air conditioning going on. So the cost of electricity goes down. So the middle of the afternoon, cost of electricity was like, I don't know, about 5 cents, something like that. So yeah, it was a beautiful thing. So I did turn on my flux miner that I've got, but Caspa's on all the time. It's efficient enough that even when it gets up to like 8 or 9 cents, it's still profitable.
Yeah,
So
man.
sorry, King. My girlfriend goes,
Oh, you're not sorry. You
Max
interrupt me all
is
the
like-
time.
Max is like the Simon Cowell of crypto. He waits for you to rant, and then he'll be like, yeah, no, that's not for me.
All right. That was worth
So
interrupting.
I'm actually going to troll Mining King right now. Mining King, stop touching the mic. It's a drinking game now.
He keeps doing this. Like,
Yeah, I
keep
know.
doing
I
it as
know.
well. I was doing it as well.
Yeah.
There is not that screw on the right side of the mic is not a control. It does nothing except you're going to break the damn thing because you're going to screw right through the darn mic. That's an expensive microphone.
It is. It is.
But
That's
you
actually my
do
Christmas
need a mic.
present. I don't know it yet, but that's my Christmas present. That microphone.
the shore.
Nice.
Nice,
I
man.
would say
I've got
get
this.
a boom for it.
I've got this crap at the moment.
I do have a boom.
What is that?
I don't like the booms though, because this is another thing to.
Yeah, I don't like.
Over
The,
my
I like.
desk.
I
I don't.
like
Hey,
a single stand like this.
Dude.
There you go.
I've got one too, but it's one that's at desk level.
Well,
What's
this
yours
is the-
called, Max? Is
This
it
is
the
as
Yeti?
short as it goes.
Mine's actually
Yeah.
called Yeti.
Oh yeah, mine's a Yeti. Mine's a Yeti microphone.
Oh,
my point is that the
hold on.
actual
Does
boom-
Yeti has a Yeti? That's what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my god.
Yeti's got a good one actually. He got
Yeah.
that for a good price too. I remember you picked it up for a good bargain.
Yeah, look at that. Look, Yeti, endorsing Yeti right there. You see that?
There you go.
Everybody.
So King, real quick, Offset Miner had a question earlier about testing on Project Thunder.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. So I don't know if you want me to answer more node questions. I know how,
I don't care,
everyone
bro.
feels
Let's
about
talk
nodes
about it.
questions.
Let's talk about it because I know what
So-
we're going to do eventually. But go ahead.
So, yeah, Project Thunder, it was going good. You don't have to have an SSD and your spinning Rust or mechanical drives. You can just use a mechanical drive if it meets that read and write speed, right? I think it's 80 megabytes, I think it is the read and write speed. So it's really slow. I mean, my enterprise Seagates actually did like 320. So they were considered
Didn't
fast
they
storage.
benchmark as SSDs?
Yeah,
and
they benchmarked as fast
thought that
storage.
They were fast enough.
Yeah,
for
I asked him. I'm like, "Hey, what's wrong with this? It's not saying practice." He's like, "Yeah, but just because it's labeled as fast storage, but it would still need the 100 up and 100 down." So, it does work. But the question that's going to still remain though is, what's the incentive, right? Because if people don't have hard drives and you got to
with
go out and
100
buy
megabit
10,
both ways as well.
yeah, and so one, you're gonna have to have internet. So I know Mr. Voltage here, unless he gets his 3 gigabit, he won't be able to participate from home.
Nope.
Which is sad. You know what I mean? So it's what's the cost going to be? What's their incentive, right? Because you may have to get faster internet. You might have to go buy 10 terabytes worth of hard drive space. So it's going to have to be worth it for people to do it, unless it's just people like me who just happen to have both, right? Then sure, it'll make sense. But for people who want to get into it, it may not make sense depending upon what the incentives is going to be, which they haven't announced that yet. We're still waiting. But other than that,
You touch the microphone so I can have a sip of my drink. Thank you.
I gotta go fill this up too now. God damn. All right.
Yeah, so the
We gotta do that?
benchmarks,
I'll do it.
you could see the new benchmark in probably the mainnet as well as Allset Miner said, where it says hard drive. But yeah, they're not live on the mainnet, not yet, anyways, not from what I know.
Not yet.
But yeah, so people who have like really big like SANs and stuff like that, man, who have like just terabytes of storage, might be worth it to you, right? But maybe not. We don't know what you can make off this. If it's only a couple of flux, you know what I mean, then more than what it's already paying out for Cumulus, I don't know if it's going to be worth it at that price. Because I mean, a 10 terabyte drive is going for what, like $200 brand new. You know what I mean? You could probably get it for 130-ish, maybe a little less. If you got it used, which you always play the what if game. On the reseller on that, right? How good the drive's going to be. So
How much life's left?
yeah. So, which some people, they're going to tell you one thing and then it'll be another. And so you're kind of playing a risky game there. So it's definitely going to be about the incentive. That's what everybody's waiting on now. So
The 100 meg both ways is going to be the brutal part as well.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's hard, especially because everybody who's on like a coaxial or something like that with like Comcast, you just instantly just.
Not true. Northeast, supposedly by the end of the year, like 12 states that have Comcast,
right?
They will be able to have up to 200 megabits per second. That was the announcement.
Theoretically, coax can do 250 comfortably.
Right.
Oh, it can. It's just whether or not they're going to enable it.
Yeah.
Is there not like a lot of these companies are just focusing on down rather than up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Because
people here in the States, the regular people and consumers in their house, they don't need a lot of upload for what they're basically.
Yeah, but even when
using.
you go to the companies and say, "I want this upload," is it? Oh no, we can't do that.
typically,
for people at home here, it's very monopolized here.
it's
They'll just ask you to
really
pay
depend
more.
on the
In many
company.
cases, it's not available everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
So-
like when we were I've looked at servers in other countries, right? Outside of the US versus in the US. The speeds in Europe are far better in Europe, as well as they're way freaking cheaper. Their internet out there is like 10 times what it is over here in the States.
You've seen Asia? Asia was rocking fiber way before we were.
I just don't
They've been
understand though.
doing
Like,
it for the last decade.
I just don't understand why.
Take a look at Germany or Holland or even parts of France. They're ridiculous. You can have 40 gigabit in your house.
Right. I just don't understand. I feel like they're slacking. Maybe they're not really even slacking. Maybe they just don't want to enable people to have that, kind of bandwidth. Maybe I don't know.
You go to certain parts of Portugal,
you can look at
and
it
they
from numerous,
actually
like,
have
points
1
of network.
gigabit as the minimum they sell.
Yeah.
So Zay
Yeah.
Pirate says $8 for 1 gig down, 500 up in Romania.
Oh my God.
It is because of the monopoly. I mean,
It's insane.
It's got,
insane.
they have a franchise agreement. Comcast has a franchise agreement with the town that in order for them to come in, and they have this agreement, the city gets taxes so you're paying taxes by paying your internet bill, but they also get something in return, which is keep the competition out and keep them off of my polls.
Well, that's exactly it. And we've seen about a decade ago, Google Fiber tried to come in and offer fiber services. They wanted to blink at the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they said during that time, the bureaucracy, even with municipalities, was so bad because of the way the existing telcos had already leveraged what basically they created monopolies through litigation and agreements and the law. So it was a massive uphill battle for even Google. So they're only deploying in select places as of even now.
I remember when that happened. It was supposed to be the biggest construction project in like U.S. history. They wanted to replace all the lines with fiber optic. Google wanted to do it. They had the money to do it, and that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to literally wanted to do it in phases and obviously in sections of the country. They wanted to rip all the lines out and put all fiber there, and that's just going to annihilate.
Hawk, they tried that over here. They're still rolling it out 15 years later.
That'll take 30, 40 years to complete.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
How small is the UK compared to the States?
How small? UK is about the size of
Exactly.
about the East
Florida.
Coast. No.
It's a matter of getting the last mile run as far as fiber is concerned, because the dark fiber, the massive strands have already been laid across the country and in the big hubs, and those are readily available to anyone who wants to purchase it. If you're starting that data center, you can I'm sure there's already dark fiber running.
There is. So we did. There is a dark fiber line. And to answer your question, the UK is about the size of Florida all the way up to about South Carolina into Alabama. So about those 4 states, it's about the size of the UK.
And they've been going nearly 20 years doing ours.
So,
but
when did Telewest start?
Oh God!
Now here's the good thing is that if you look at the U.S. and the rollout of wireless internet for the home, that is pushing. Because they're rolling it out like super cheap. It's like $25 a month or something like that. They're definitely much cheaper. Now you're not going to get the same speeds, but for most people that don't need that high of speed, it's attractive. So what do the telcos and the Comcasts of the world have to offer? Greater speed. But again, if you're going to try to attract the people, you better make sure your upload goes up. So now there's a new emphasis on rolling out that upload speed and implementing the technology that is available for increasing that upload. I mean, coax, unfortunately, does have that limitation. Comcast in some areas, for a cost, will lay fiber to your house. It's $1,000, and you have to pay like $300 a month for a 2-year contract.
It's so ridiculous.
It's expensive as hell.
It's so ridiculous.
It's an option.
Dedicated fiber lines cost after seeing the quotes for the new facility.
Yeah.
But what? I mean, okay. So, let's be honest. A dedicated, what was it, King? A dedicated 10 gig fiber line was up and down
$5,300.
$5,300 a month.
Yeah,
like,
and and we didn't even know if they would charge us for the last leg to be run.
Right. So we decided to go a different route that was significantly cheaper, which offers close to the same speed, if not maybe a little more. And that's what we're doing.
It gives us more redundancy overall anyway. So it's actually a better option for us.
Right.
Why did they even charge that much considering your, the building is a data center?
Yeah.
So
I can't work that shit out in my head.
Okay.
Go ahead, King. You take this one because King's been dealing.
He touched the mic.
Yeah, I'm touching the mic. All right, because hey,
I don't have anything in here, but
hey, we're bringing one more person in here. It's one of Hawk's favorites.
Oh, that's got to be Patrick then.
It's Patrick, man. Here we go. Look at this, man. We almost got the whole panel. Let's do it. Come on, guys.
Patrick knows about running.
You know who would be
one.
the missing one's New England Crypto. Where is he? He's in the chat.
New England.
Come on, call in.
You said you got a new webcam, man. Get in here.
It'd be all the beards.
Come on, you got to put King's beard to shame.
Joe, you got to grow a beard now. That's what you got to do.
Yep. Hey, let me know if you get kid bombed too much,
I
so
got
that way I can move locations.
I got the Canadian side as far as
we look like a cooler ETH dev call.
Like what?
Everything's cooler than an ETH dev call. So
I was thinking it was more like Hollywood Squares, just missing the two bottom corners, and I'm Paul Lynn in the middle. So there you go.
So the issue that we were having with the building at first is it ended up being
the Brady Bunch.
It ended up being two addresses.
I'm Alice. Great,
on the
thanks.
building.
So okay, hold on back. Sorry, go ahead, King. What were you saying?
The building had an original address, and then when AT&T left, the address got changed. So even though the building's in the same, it hasn't actually moved. But on one address, there's nothing and says that there's nothing near it, right? And the other address is right there, like you could just kick it with your foot. So it's really weird how it worked out that way.
Got us a little bit worried when we did the lookup.
Yeah,
we're looking up the address that's on the building, and we're finding nothing in this area. And I was talking to, as a matter of fact, Geek of All Trades. He's in the chat. He was helping us out, and we're talking. So Mike was like, "Let me call AT&T. I got to figure this out." So Mike got a connection at AT&T, GPU risers, in case anybody's wondering. Got a connection at AT&T, and he's like, "Listen, man, this is impossible. This is an AT&T switch station. What do you mean there's no fiber running into this building? It's ridiculous. What are you talking about?" He's like, he goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, "What's the building again?" He goes. Mike told him where it was, and he says, "Let me call the engineer for the Melbourne area, which is north here in Florida." And he says, "I'll get right back to you." He says, "Cool." He goes, "Run the address as 900. Tell me what you get." So I was like, "All right, no problem." Oh, by the way, Geek of All Trades, I do have to sign that thing. I forgot. Anyway, so they ran it, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, look at the green box right out front of your building by the train tracks. That's the line." So the whole time, like weeks, we were thinking like, "Oh man, how are we going to get?" Hey, SpaceX is down the street. Maybe we can get Starlink. I don't know. We're just trying to come up with like ideas. And SpaceX is really down the street, by the way. And we're trying to figure out like what we're going to do. And the whole time, the trunk is right there at the end of the train because we're right adjacent to a train track. So like a railroad track. So
we were worried at first they were going to have to run the fiber and move the track for us and everything, and the costs moving
the cost was ridiculous. They said they would initially. They said they had to run the line a quarter of a mile, and I was like, "Well, what's that going to cost?" And he's like, "You don't want to know."
Lots of zeros on the end.
I was like, I'm just the whole time, and I'm just so upset. And then he's like, "Wait a minute, no, look right here," and I'm like. Okay, cool. So that ended up working out, which was really good. And I'm gonna go sign that right now, Geek of All Trades. I promise.
The issue is
what speed did they say though?
So the original speed. So when you talking about the first time or now?
Well, now you know, or now they know where you are.
Well, now we can go up. The sky's the limit. I think what's the capacity? 500 up, 500 down.
Well, 40 gigabit that they'll commission now, but yeah. Theoretically, the line should take 500 gigabit.
The line should go up to 500 all the way. I mean, it's monstrous. It's monstrous. We don't win. And now that there's the link is there, we can run dedicateds all day long.
There's actually there's 16 fiber lines in there at the moment. We need to still work out where everything's plugged in because obviously they're dark at the moment. But once we've worked out that, we've technically got 16 in that we
Right.
can take. So, and we're going for
we're good for a little while.
So, oh yeah, we're good for a while.
Yeah. Geek of all trades, I do have a question from you. Do you need me to? Can I sign this on like sign now or DocuSign and just send it back to you? Would that suffice? Let me know. Thank you if you're still in the chat. Otherwise, I have to print it up.
Still waiting for New England Crypto to call in.
Yeah, we're gonna change subjects here a little bit. Did
I
anybody
see Chris Bagnell in the chat. He needs to call in. He's another YouTuber.
Oh, there you go.
Chris Bagnell, what's up, man?
Yeah, there you go. We got I think it's 2 more spots we can have up to, right?
We can go up to no, we can go up pretty high on this.
Yeah,
I think
it's higher than 9.
It's higher.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
12 on
it's
this,
like
isn't it?
20 odds.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you guys want to call in, go for it, man. So, did anybody check out the
Touch
new
the mic.
nice hash that came out? Anybody checking that out?
Nice
Any
hack.
of you
What's
guys?
that?
Nice hack. They have their new
Why aren't
Linux.
you using your bleep button when you're saying that?
Look, it sounds like Balto. Remember when they were trying to do the remember?
Yeah, Morse code.
You mean more code?
Very,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
You didn't know what it was.
King, stop touching your mic. Stop. I don't know.
No. It's a good game. Keep doing it. I'm getting
shit-faced. So no nice hash takers, huh? Nobody checking out the new Linux
Listen, I
operating
tried to
system.
hit a block on that catch a block thing, okay, and I lost miserably.
I did the same
I was talking
thing.
about their new auto switching for profit, and it also auto tunes your cards.
Retro Mike's got that done already. That's my Retro Mike actually came out, is working on that software or has it out already. He did a video on it, and it does the profit switching for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Retro Mike Crypto, but I believe that's what it was. We talked a while back about it, but he does. I think he designed a software for that.
Okay,
I'd rather support him than use Nice Hash. Just throwing that one out there. So he does have it. I do have to ask him if he's putting it out there or what the deal is, or if it's out of its testing phase.
or maybe
I don't know where he's at with it.
you just broke
I like
that NDA right now. Is what you did.
Well, he's got a video on it.
I'm just kidding.
God, what the hell? Something, King. I worried you're gonna fold under questioning sometimes.
I love that movie.
Right? He doesn't even know. See, Joe knows what
my last movie. I used a clip from Casino, and I directed it at all of the YouTubers who push that BS Matchex. The scene, if you didn't know you were being effing scammed, you're too dumb to have this job, or you were in on it, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because if you didn't know you were getting scammed, you were in on it on the pull. Either way, you're out. Get out.
Yep.
Oh man.
It was
so
perfect.
what are you up to, Patrick? What are you doing right now?
Trying to find a safe haven from all the children there. I don't know how they're coming through, but
they'll find a way.
Very loud on my end.
So if anybody has any questions for anybody here on the panel, just at me or Hawk or any of the other guys in the chat. If you guys want to pipe in and answer some questions, feel free. What you have any new projects you're working on right now, Patrick? I know you're always doing something.
I was just going to say, first up, man, congrats on getting the location squared away.
Oh, thanks, Patrick, man. That's all Mr. Hawk there. I just work in the back,
I guess in relative terms, that's going to be the easy part.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. I was reading something. What'd you say, Patrick? I missed that.
Just saying congrats on the facility, man. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks. We got everything we wanted. We're praying everything is going to be on the lease that we discussed, which it will. I think these guys are pretty straightforward. And we're finally moving forward. 3 times was a charm. So
Nice.
It's going to be good. And then we're going to be looking at potentially something else in the near future once this facility is up and going. So just pray for Yeti, guys, because he doesn't want to fly coach.
10 hours.
It's
10
only
hours,
10 hours.
Right.
Look at Patrick. Only 10 hours. Be a man.
No,
My
kidding,
idea is a good one. A lazy boy in a crate, you'll be fine.
I could just
That's
see
what I said. With this laptop, we'll buy a couple extra laptop batteries. Yeah, he'll be all good.
I could see Patrick just holding on to like the thing like a bus, sitting in the back of the plane going, "I do this all the time, guys. I'm here all the time. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Give me a cup of water. I'll be all right." Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
Well,
come
that's
on,
my
Ronnie.
life.
Call in,
Couple
buddy.
months.
Decent Airlines give you all the drinks you want for free, so that can help.
We'll find
alleviate the coachness.
something. First of all, Yeti, I don't boss you around. Okay, stop saying that because they'll believe that because that's not what I do.
He is. And dude, he's an awful boss, dude. I
Oh
work
my
in the
God,
back
you
all
guys
day, man. He
suck.
just fucking
I know,
yells
right?
at me.
He has us
Yeah.
working 14 hours a day at the moment.
14.
That's
I'm gonna
all.
have you working at the restaurant soon.
You just hear what he said? 14 hours a day. Did you just hear what he said? 14 hours. I can't get Yeti to do. Okay, never mind.
Where's your beat button?
Where's Panda?
Do the panda call.
Hold on.
All right. Panda! He'll come out of the walls.
If he turns up now, I'll be shocked as
Oh,
shit.
man.
Panda!
Well, what's everybody got in their eye right now for projects or something they're looking at to do something new? What about
Actually,
you, Max?
Retro Mike, I actually had said something about it on my stream last night about trying to run a node and a CPU miner as well as Hive OS and everything on the same machine. So
Oh,
he was saying he had tried it but hadn't done a video on it. But if you wanted, he helped walk me through the different options. So that's maybe what I'm going to do next. I got enough for another node. I haven't. I didn't buy hardware this time. I'm going to use the hardware I've got this time.
So one thing I was wondering, I don't know if anybody's covered this or not, but at the new facility, have you had, I guess, the thoughts or discussions of setting up a pool and or node hosted there for the community?
Yeah. Yeti?
So essentially, that just sounds like
I
more
think I already
work for
brought that
me and
one up
Yeti.
once
That's what
before,
it sounds
didn't I?
like to me. You're wondering, Patrick. That's what I get from that. Yeti and King, are you
So,
going to do this?
here's the thing. Yes, the answer is yes. Eventually, that's what we want to do. So this facility, Retro Mike says, "Stop bullying your partners, Hawk." God damn it! You know, you're not friends with these guys here. Like, come on. Anyway, no. Eventually, is what we want to do. So this facility, we're going to host GPUs and ASICs and all that other stuff, pending I can get the right price from FBO, which I think I should. So if not, though, it's going to be a temporary solution, and then what we're looking at is somewhere else in the future with significantly cheaper electric that we're going to push, and we're going to leave this place just full data center. Like mining equipment will be at another location with a significantly cheaper electric. That is the contingency plan if things don't go the right way with the power rates. So we are working on something now. King is actually King's fucking doing everything.
See, wait, hold on. Did everybody hear that in the sentence? King. That's what he just said. King's working on it.
King has a something. Me, him, we're all working together. We're looking at
Some of us are
options. Working at options to get another place once this place is up and going, but we're kind of just devising a plan to see what we can do. Once this place is operational and successful and moving forward, then I think looking somewhere in the Midwest may be an option. But that is something that we have to explore when the time comes. But it has been brought up. It's just something it's tabled for now because obviously this is the focus. Getting this facility up and going. And there's a lot of other things that, we're working on. We're working on a few other partnerships with other projects to maybe host their pools and all that other stuff. I'm not going to say much now because we can't, but we're working with that now. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And there's other companies as well, local companies, believe it or not, that do need processing power and going to need storage space and all that other stuff. So it allows us to, and they rather support a local company rather than go all the way to somewhere else with it, knowing that the guys, they can call us on our cell phone if there's a problem rather than have to go through a customer service. So we're exploring a bunch of different options, but that's kind of where we're floating around right now. We just want to get this facility up and going. We want to get the machines plugged in. We want to get the rate that we want. There's 5 steps. We have all 4. The last one is tomorrow, and I'm hoping that we can go 5 for 5. But if we stay 4 out of 5, I'll be happy. I really would, because it's more than we could have asked for at this time. So if we go 5 for 5, we're rock solid at this facility, and we're going to be great.
Were you wondering also if we were going to host nodes there, Patrick? Like Flux nodes?
I guess just nodes in general, Flux,
Yeah, we will.
Bitcoin, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
we can host. Sorry, King. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna have some Flux nodes. You want me to drop how many of the Cumulus nodes will?
Yeah,
most
go ahead.
likely
You can
host?
tell them. Yeah, it's fine.
All right. We'll have roughly about 150 Cumulus nodes to start with,
Wow.
right off the bat.
They
We're
arrived in the country this morning.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're here.
we're thinking of offering 2 different price points, right? One, I won't say what the prices are or anything like that, because that's not like 100% set in stone
They're
yet.
not
But
set in stone yet.
yeah, but we're thinking of selling a unmanaged solution for people who obviously know how to make their own nodes, right? And they just need the bare essentials, right, to get started. They'll obviously get it cheaper, but we also want to offer the people maybe who would like to have their own Flux nodes and things like that maybe don't understand how to set those things up. And we would offer a fully managed option for those people as well.
On
So-
that note, there's a question in the comments from one of my buddies, 619 OTA. He wants to set up a Flux node, but I don't think he actually wants to stake the Flux. So is there any kind of program like that for Flux, or anyone here who has excess Flux? Hit him up. I think he has some Helium hotspots he wants to repurpose, some Raspberry Pis. But no, he's a good guy. I can
Video on
vouch
that.
for him.
Did a video on that. Just throwing it out.
Oh yeah, if you wanna learn how to take the longest time possible to make a Flux node, you go
I knew
ahead
it
and
was
watch
coming.
Hawk's video.
You walked right into that one, Hawk. You set yourself up for the
I mean,
kill.
he was proud for a moment there, and then
He's done it. He pulled that one before. I mean,
Okay, so the video didn't go through. Okay, first of all,
You're gonna dig
King-
yourself a bigger hole. I would just leave it alone. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Go ahead, Hawk.
I
Yeah,
gave
come
you a
on.
lot of credit in that video, Max. Okay? Partially because you stayed on the phone with me for 2.5 hours. But I gave you a lot of credit in that video. Listen, I did a video on it. The reason why it took so long is because I was trying to figure out other ways to do things, and I should have just listened the first time. So if I can do it,
to answer the question,
what was the question?
Go on, Joe.
is it? I guess the question is, is there any sort of program where you can find people who want to stake their Flux on someone who is willing to host the equipment?
I mean, yeah and no. So
Or is there anyone in the chat who would like to stake some
essentially,
Flux?
you'd have to just trust the person with that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. You know what I mean? So you're
you're only-
essentially the person who had the Flux, right? They would just have to do the 1,000 Flux in one transaction, get the 100 confirmations, give the other person who has the node, give them the information to start the node, right? With the identity key, collateral ID, and all that other stuff, right? And their Zelle ID to start it for them and actually run it. So it would be totally on that other person to keep the Flux node alive, because you also have to realize this too, the Cumulus nodes, and this is kind of why I got out of the Cumulus nodes, is yes, essentially, if you had as many Cumulus nodes as you did Stratus to equal one Stratus, you'd actually make more than a Stratus. But
you'd need a lot more hardware.
you need more hardware, as well as if any of them miss their benchmark, the wait in line is far, far greater than if your Stratus or Nimbus went down, right?
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think the
down for
Nimbus is what, a week, something like that.
No,
and the
it's 3
Stratus
days.
About 3 days. What's the Stratus then?
I think it's like 3.5 days for the Nimbus, and it's like I think 3 or 2.5 days for the Stratus. So the Nimbus and Stratus aren't that far apart right now, but the Cumulus, I haven't had a Cumulus like on the main net for a little while because mine's on the test net. So I think the last time I was on the main net with my Cumulus, it was like over 15 days, right? It was almost like 16, right, Max? Is it 15.5 days right now, or?
Right about that, yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, imagine you missed that important benchmark, eh? You didn't get paid. Now you got to go all the way to the back and wait again. To
Yeah.
me, that's
That just happened to me last weekend. Last weekend,
Wow.
no, it was middle of last week when it happened. I was messing around with the router and settings, trying to see if I could improve the latency for my daughter's internet connection because she's down in the basement across the house from the router, and I haven't run Ethernet to her spot or anything. So what ended up happening is I increased the bandwidth of her channel, which she's got an exclusive channel that only is her Wi-Fi, and changed the spot of her antenna, which increased the signal by 10 dB. So a significant increase in the signal. So that's what solved it. But in the meantime, I had changed a whole bunch of settings, which I didn't realize that two of them really, really messed up my nodes. And what was weird is it didn't really take effect for like 3 days to like show
Really?
it. And then my nodes went
Wow.
down, and it took me like 5-6 hours to realize, because I'm thinking it all has to do with my setup downstairs, not the router upstairs. So finally, after like the 5th hour, I'm like, maybe it's the router. But at that point, I had missed the window, and
Right.
my one node was within 24 hours.
Oh man.
Yes,
No,
I
don't say
missed
it's
out 14 days back to the end of the line.
Oh man, that's awful.
Oh,
So
yeah,
is this true though? I'm watching the chat here. Is it Joe's birthday
It
today?
is not. We have another 31 days until my birthday, and I am not
When's
looking
birthday? Wait a minute,
forward.
when's birthday?
This is my birthday. Go ahead, donate. I got a GoFundMe set up. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday, seriously.
It's December 31st is my birthday.
Dude, we're 3 days apart. That's
Oh,
crazy.
really? My
When's your
youngest son
birthday?
is December 23rd. My youngest son.
I'm the 28th. That's insane.
I'm so glad that nobody actually clocked mine, which is
I'm
all
gonna
right.
be 30 this
I
year,
got yours, Yeti.
and I am not looking forward to it.
I know
living a
Mr.
midlife
Yeti's
Holy-
birthday.
crisis.
I can see this
You'll
thing
be
I
fine
sent
with
him right
30.
behind him right there.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
30. Oh my God. Stop
I'll
your
trade you.
whining.
So
much
to answer your question, Joe, yes, because essentially that we would essentially be doing pretty much the same thing for the managed side, right? You know, me and Yeti
So-
have to work that bit out to where how do we want to proceed with that? Do we want people to send in their information to us and then we'll do it for them?
We have an idea. It needs to be tested, but
Yeah.
we're going to attempt to try and deploy a completely hands-off template system. So customer puts in their details, it then goes off and deploys for us. Completely hands-off. The whole idea is then, in theory, we could have 100 orders a day and the system fulfills it for us, which I'm sure Hawk will be happy about.
No way, man. He's gonna be our Cumulus node, you know, troubleshooter guy.
I think someone's in the queue, but 619 OTA sounds like you're gonna sell some HNT for Flux. You can go watch Moto Tech on that one.
All right, I'm gonna bring him in. Got a new caller here, it looks like. Let's bring him on in, guys. What's going on, Chris?
Mr. Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Anybody. I already messed up. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Happened to Hawk. Oh, there's Red Panda. A little late on the call, but there he is.
Yeah, Panda, you need to call in, okay? All right.
Oh,
And I'll find a way to make yours just really big in the middle, all right?
Yeah, we need one more to have the whole Brady Bunch visual. filled
Yeah,
out.
right. See, we got
Yeah.
this weird thing going at the bottom of the
Hey.
screen here. Come on.
No, I'm in the middle, so no, I do not want this to be it makes me Alice. I'm saying more like Hollywood Squares where I'm Paul Lynn. You know, there you go.
I
So you're
was
saying
afraid
you're
of-
too good to be the mate for us?
I know most of them do not know that old Hollywood Squares, but
Joe,
Happy
did you get
birthday,
that movie?
Joe.
Thanks, bro.
Joe, did you get the movie line?
They get the what?
The movie line. You didn't hear what I said?
No.
I said, I was Fredo? I don't think so, Doc. You might be losing it yourself.
Fredo. Love
so
that guy.
it appears that Red Panda basically, if he's gonna call in, wants you two all to himself. So we can all vacate so Panda can be here if that's the way he wants it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get bombarded with questions.
Just doesn't want to share his bathwater.
Panda, come on, man. Come on. Get on here, man.
He's gonna, but because Panda's so nice, he has to say hi to everybody. He's gonna spend 10 minutes asking everybody how their day was, and that's why he doesn't want to come.
Chris, are you almost done with No Shave November? Is this the end result?
No, I restarted. Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
Oh man. All right, dude. We're the bearded gang. We got to get Max to grow a beard. Max, grow a beard, man.
I had
Needs
one at one
permission.
point. You look at my videos like a year ago. I had a beard.
Really? I gotta see this. Does anybody know that? Oh man, Yeti's just getting big.
Proof he doesn't watch Max Volchage's videos right there.
I only know Max less than a year, Chris. Don't break my balls too hard, okay? That's what Joe does. That.
Nice job, Chris. Nice job, Chris.
It's all right. Cool. It's
I
all
like
right.
that. See, look, first time
All right.
caller gets a troll in right away.
Right.
There you go, man. You got it, dude. Love it. So what's going on, Chris, man? You mining anything right now? What's going on?
I'm mining Flux right now in my dorm room because I don't have to pay for electricity. And
Oh man, I got some
we're
stuff I
shipping
can
all
send
your-
over
we're
to you.
shipping
You're
all our
right. I got some
GPUs.
3080 rigs. You know.
oh geez, I think that would
You
they
need
would
some
notice
heaters?
that. No, I rigged it up to fit in a computer case, so I got 3 GPUs mining, probably making like maybe 50 cents a day or something. And then I got last time I talked with Max, I was struggling with my Flux node, and talking with him pushed me to buy the right hardware this time, and I think I got it set up, but I just moved, so I had to take it all down. So I don't know if it's working, but pretty much just Flux right now. Helium can die. That's my
Oh, we have
That's
we have another helium hater in here. All right.
Yes.
Wow. A love for helium, man.
Yeah.
No love for helium.
So,
I just
so
got-
why,
The
so
love
why
is
Flux
dead.
though?
Just
Why
like the
Flux?
project.
why Flux.
Yeah, why Flux out of all these other projects out there?
Proof of useful work got my
Oh,
attention.
come on.
So I see pocket change. I don't see chump change. Where's chump? Hashtag where's chump?
He wants to know where his
Yeah,
bromance
get Chump in
is.
here.
Joe, I
Come on,
just got
brother,
my
me.
I just got my MEXC miner.
MXC miner?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Oh, that's it. Now you've poked me there.
Oh,
Where's
I don't
chump?
think you can sell that anymore.
Guess not. We'll see. It says the case
Who
is
the fuck's gonna
indestructible.
wanna
That's
buy
like the
it?
best feature about it.
oh, really? I could put that to the test. You say it's indestructible.
We're all right. Bottom popped off.
I gotta come
Oh,
up with a
man.
chump call. I have a panda call. I gotta come up with a chump call.
Speaking of, Yeti, we were looking at 2 blocks trying to figure out if it's a scam or not.
Oh,
And I'm not advocating for this company. I don't know, but I do have a call with them tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
really?
I forgot to email them back.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
Oops.
not going to show me anything useful, but we'll see. I'm going to be doxing people if they screw up.
Ooh. No, don't pull a jingle mining, bro. Don't do that.
Oh, we don't
Wait.
do that here? Okay, fine.
Oh, I
Oh,
already
did
had
I
a
say
call.
that out loud?
Now Hawk's talking me down,
Uh-oh.
keeping me sane. Right?
Oh man.
Joe, 2 blocks is the with the camera, right?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
Edge
no,
AI.
I had a meeting with them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I met with them.
That's
All
why
right.
I brought it up.
Geek of all trades, I'm
Forgot.
sending you the email now, man. Make sure you check it out. Pocket Change says he's taking care of a sick kid.
Oh,
Yeah, that sucks.
So
Darn.
just give him some NyQuil and tell him to get in here then.
As soon as it's gone past 3 o'clock and I've got work in the morning, I'm going to head off, guys.
All right, yeah.
All right, Yeti.
Have a good night, man.
let's see.
All right,
See, dude.
Cheerio. Did I say that right?
Cheerio.
Oh man.
Hey,
Ain't none of us say that
trying
over here
to
anymore.
Is that not a thing anymore? You don't say that
It's
It's
anymore?
not a thing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Laters.
He called me a wanker the other day. I don't even know what that meant.
Woo!
Oh my god. I was like, what the hell? What does that even mean?
I have a question that goes back to something Patrick said earlier on.
Okay.
With the new facility and about mining pools, he mentioned mining pools.
Yes.
Oh, I knew that would grab your attention.
Yeah, well, duh. But Just out of curiosity, which coins or tokens would you aim for if you were to start tomorrow?
What, opening up pools
Yeah.
or running pools? I am.
Pink chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could always take that one on. I hear it's offering.
Either way, I did get some new information on that whole thing. Anyway, but to answer your question, I would obviously want to support, and I think KiiNG, Yeti, and GPU Risers would agree that we want to support proof of work projects first. I don't want to feed into the whole thing with, oh, hey, like we'll give you X amount to do our stuff, and I want to support what our community is doing, and the one way that we can do that is making sure that miners have good pools to mine at, and make sure that we keep the fees low, we give them good customer service, and just keep it going, and we keep the promise of the robustness that proof of work provides, and we keep it going, and that's what. Because I really think, like, I'm gonna not to get off subject.
I like the response, but you didn't answer the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't know what the answer to your question is. We don't know what exact coins we would do at this moment. I don't. I heard Bitcoin.
I mean, if you had the choice tomorrow, say 3 coins, which ones would you choose?
And if you don't say Litecoin, you're lying.
No, I definitely would. I would totally do a Litecoin pool. I support Litecoin. I would definitely push that to make sure. But if it was me and the decision was mine, and I didn't have 3 other people to have vote on a board, I would do Bitcoin, Litecoin, and I would more than likely, if they were okay with it, I would do Flux. If they were okay
on the
with
board,
if they were only okay with it, if Flux wanted to keep things on their own pool, which is completely fine with me, then I'd move to maybe a different project. And at this moment, I don't know what the third one would be at the moment.
Right? Yeah.
You wouldn't aim for a kapow. I would try to avoid kapow.
You're right. I think Flux, Bitcoin, and Litecoin would be my three.
Yeah.
But,
I like Yeti's response.
What's Yeti's response? LTC plus Doge, Flux, maybe BTC. Yeah, I think we all would agree with that. Yeah, I think LTC is a sleeping giant. BTC would be very good, but the BTC
I say the same thing about Doge as well. I think that's.
Yep, I think Doge too. I agree. Doge has got a very
calls it a shitty coin, but I think it's still got that.
It's got a good network, man. Like,
hey,
it can send things very fast, very cheap.
I always tell everyone,
Hawk,
PR is half the
chat.
battle. Half of it's technical, half of it's
Check
PR.
our DM, I should say.
Sorry, Max.
Our group. Check our group DM.
Sorry, I did.
Oh, what'd you send now?
But
Oh my God, did he say that? I completely missed it. I
want to know. I want to know your guys' opinion on Cardano ADA, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, so Patrick's giving it a thumb down. But real quick, before you get started, Joe, I just want to say RPM did say he took over Ping Chain. It's now called RPM Chain. And I'm going to post that on Twitter, and I'm going to hold him to it. He's going to get upset at me. I'm just kidding. Anyway,
if you want to have a voice here, you need to call in to tell him off right now. You need to call in.
So KiiNG, do a poll. Let's do a thumbs up or thumb down on Cardano. Let's do a poll with the chat. Let's engage with everybody here. And I don't know too much about ADA. Yeah. I do like Charles Hoskinson. Is that I pronounced that correctly? Yeah. I do like him and the way he educates, what he did going to Washington, and he's trying to further the education of crypto just in general. I think I like what he did there. I don't know too much about the project, so I'm going to sit this one out, boys, and not vote. Okay, so we're getting a thumbs down from Patrick. Max has got a thumbs up. Chris, what do you think about ADA?
I used to know a lot about it, but it's just the time in crypto is like 10 years per year. So I'm not going to vote on this.
Okay, so we have 2 thumbs down. Joe, what's yours again?
I did thumbs up.
Okay, so 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. KiiNG?
I had some staked over at Coinbase a long time ago, but I don't know anything about it. So
all right, so we got a tie in the panel.
Vote.
Cool.
Not going to vote.
I think they are I think they're a decent project. I don't know too much about them, honestly. I mean, I haven't heard anything too bad about it. I haven't heard of their network going down like Solana or anything like that. Now, if I'm wrong, Patrick, why don't you like them, Patrick?
I guess this kind of goes into my Bitcoin maxi thing, where it's like, if you don't have a useful layer 1 solution that provides something of value or worth, then you can just fuck off.
Okay, short end of the
I
stick.
completely agree with that one.
Is that your reasoning too, KJ?
Yeah, completely.
Okay.
Because they've got no proof behind it.
Okay, cool.
There's literally nothing built on it. They're just peddling it.
Okay, Max.
It's a work in progress, basically. They have a roadmap. They've been delivering on the roadmap. It doesn't have issues as it is right now. Yep, definitely does. It's not. It's a smart contract platform that's in development.
Yeah, but Polygon does that.
What was that?
Polygon does that.
And
Polygon
Ethereum,
doesn't run on its
and
own.
Ethereum
It's a layer
Classic.
2.
And
So, it does have Sunday Swap running on it, which was a complete catastrophe when it first came out, but has since kind of settled down and done fairly well. I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like the fact that they deliver on what they say they're going to deliver. They don't overpromise like a lot of the coins do. So I think it is a wait and see.
Joe?
Yeah, I'll agree with what Max said. He summarized it pretty well. But the reason I like it, not so much that, if I was to build a project, I'm not sure I would choose it. But I do think it stands a much better chance over many of the competitors because of Charles Hoskinson and the hardcore community, the loyalty that he's built up. And like I said, that's half the battle. One half of it's technical. The other half is your community believe in the project. Do you have that well-known name? And they certainly do thus far. So if I was to buy some, a diverse group of coins, ADA would certainly be one of them.
Interesting. Okay. The ADA argument is divided equally. Ladies and
but
gentlemen.
it's like, it's so overly complicated that you have to have different projects and different tokens and things to swap and move around to accomplish a simple task. You should just be able to go in there and do a thing. Like, you don't have to have a chain to do everything or all the things. Just do one thing and really do it well. And then you have another chain, another project for something else. Just keep it simple.
100%. I'm like that. Exactly like that.
So, quick question for everybody. Sorry, I didn't eat dinner yet.
Is that a cannoli?
No, King. It's not a cannoli.
That was definitely not racist.
Besides Flux, no, not at all. So, besides Flux, okay, because everybody's pretty much, we're pretty much behind Flux because they just seem to be an awesome project and they seem to be very in tune with the community. Besides Flux, what projects do you guys think that are going to have the most potential moving forward now? And if you were to give Flux a competitor to take the top dog mining spot, who would it be? If let's just say Flux was there already, right? Who would you?
I know what KJ is going to say.
Who would you put right next to it?
I know that you do.
What do you got, KJ? Come on.
I'm going to say Neoxa.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon they've got a really good plan coming on, and it seems to be actually bloody working. I mean, all you guys are playing their games.
Well, so
we are.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Andy and Harvey, man, they're great guys. I interviewed him and I talked to him every once in a while. But here's the issue: is they just? I feel right now that they're just moving game to game, right? You know what I mean? They're just going from game to game, getting that hype up, and I think it's eventually just kind of. I'm afraid it's going to die off because they still don't. The coin still doesn't do anything yet. It's still
They haven't met the everyday games yet. I mean, if you go for like Modern Warfare 2, for instance.
Yeah, but how you gonna? Okay, I agree.
If you
So
can do
the issue
proof of
with
game, like playing it for
right. So
hours
the
on
issue
end and getting coin, then
so
and then sell that coin to
well,
get more guns
you
or
do know that
something.
they announced that you're not going to make more than 15%, right, on proof of game, right? Ever.
Yeah.
That it's going to stay that way because of their master nodes. I think that they realized that they were never going to be able to actually integrate their chain with the games. So essentially, it's not. If you look at it from a technical standpoint, it is not proof of game. It is proof of play. So it's not. So their blockchain is not on the games. The issue is with like games like Modern Warfare and stuff like that is they don't actually rent their servers out, right? Activision and all those people, they manage those servers. So you would have to get them to implement Neoxa on those servers.
But
And
this goes back to something that Joe said earlier on about the fact that what was it you said? Promotion is half the battle.
Public relations, loyalty, community.
So if they have a good conversation with like Microsoft, what's to say that they won't be on? I don't know.
But here's my question.
I'm personally not a gamer.
According,
but,
from the terms of service,
one of the big
Microsoft,
mainstream ones.
you know what I mean, with Mojang, and that's why they have to keep the Minecraft stuff so separated in their forum, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft is never going to want anything to do with blockchain.
Yeah.
Unless it's for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless they do something themselves, but they will never bring in a foreign chain.
My question is, and I'm not. I like Neoxa. I mine Neoxa. I have a new bag of Neoxa. I don't understand how. What's the utility there, though? That's my question. Like, Patrick, go ahead. What's the
that's exactly it.
What's the utility? You play a game, you earn Neoxa. What is their chain doing?
What problem does Neoxa solve?
None at the moment. Other than what other coins? KJ, please.
I personally think they could replace the pound or dollar in game. So to buy new things, the longer you play, the more points you get, or the more Neoxa you get.
There was another project though that was trying to similarly conquer that.
Buy hats and outfits and things like that.
I think that was Vertcoin that was trying to do that as well, though. They even came out with a one-click GPU miner for gamers and stuff, and they were unsuccessful so far.
Right. So here's the thing.
Yeah, but did it take off as fast as Neoxa?
No. Well, they weren't proof of game either.
Vertcoin's been around for a long time.
Let's put it in perspective, okay? First of all, there's one guy on this panel that introduced Neoxa to the majority of us. Okay, and it's this guy right here. Where is he? There he is. Okay. He introduced Neoxa everywhere. They gained a lot of traction. Okay, which personally I don't think King got enough credit for bringing them to the scene because they got a lot of attention after that. Okay, they got exposure to over 300,000 people, and they kind of just. I'm not saying that was the reason why they got where they got. I'm just saying that helped. It's obvious it helped. My thing is when you have something like Neoxa and it's cool. Like I play GTA at night sometimes with King if we have time, and I earn Neoxa doing it. The chain's not doing anything. Okay. Now you have something that is a tangible asset and you're putting it in game and you're going to let people use it in game. These are hundreds of taxable events. Mm-hmm. Okay. How is this going to work? Because now I'm not saying it can't work, but here in the States, that's a taxable event. And if I'm going to use 300 Neoxa to go and buy a new pair of shoes in GTA, that is something that's worth $1 value going to someone else that I'm buying in game. That's a taxable event. And that's
taken.
Huh?
But if you take it out of the actual crypto, do you have to
take the dollar out of it?
But
it doesn't matter.
Let's say
Doesn't
that you just
matter.
earned. You're making a great point, Hawk, that I want to caveat on. But let's say that you earn it in game and you use it to buy other stuff in games or in other games. Is that a taxable event?
Yes.
It has a dollar value. Because Neoxa has a dollar value. You can sell it on an exchange and get dollars for it. It has a dollar value.
Anytime you move that Neoxa, that's a taxable event.
It's a taxable event. So listen to what I'm saying. Huh, Max?
Anytime you change it to something else.
What if you just trade it for points in
buy
game?
something with it? Well, that's still a taxable
event. If you traded it for the points in game,
you have to report that, or does the game
because if you traded 10,000 Neoxa for $10, right, in the in-game money, that still is worth something, right? So that is technically a taxable event.
Yeah, Joe, that's a whole rabbit hole to go down.
Yes.
So
as far as what's reported,
Yeah, I
we
never
all
thought
know
about
that
tax
you
or
can do
anything like
lots
that,
of
'cause, like-
things that aren't reported.
AJ, I understand your argument, and I completely understand it, but it has a dollar value. So if you're going to use this in video games, okay, that's great. Everybody here would love to make money. I'm not throwing that out there, but I earn Neoxa right now playing in GTA. That goes into a wallet when I go to that. We all know how it works, okay? I got to take the wallet. I got to bring it to an exchange. I got to sell it if I want to cash it out. The problem is if you're getting paid Neoxa and then you're using the Neoxa in the game, because Neoxa has a dollar value to it, you were going to run into a heap of legal issues when it comes to people using it in game. Now, if you're mining a coin, if Neoxa didn't have a dollar value and Neoxa wasn't on an exchange, okay, and there's no way you can earn $1 from it, even if you tried, then their chain actually backed up the game. Now we have proof of game. And you can use it in game.
Happen if it was outside of the game.
Yes. Anytime that crypto or any security-ish type thing you own changes ownership, that's a taxable event.
Right. Okay.
So
the American then, because we don't have that here.
The
I
main
think that's
the main issue
the hidden value there, not any of this NFT BS that no one cares about as far as gamers are concerned. I don't know many, but I do think one of the ideas from cryptocurrency, it may have, I don't want to say this was like behind Bitcoin because it wasn't. I don't think the people, whoever the cypherpunks were a little bit older of a generation, had different, they're more libertarian. So I don't think they had video games in mind, but this certainly played into the idea of adoption of cryptocurrency. Because if you were to look at on some of these forums, I've gamed enough to know that you can sell, you have kids over in China gold mining in World of Warcraft to sell them on forums. So I certainly think there's a value proposition there.
Well,
so my main issue with Neoxa, before Hawk gets into it, this is my main concern with at least their GTA server, and you've seen it seldomly on their Rust server. There are people who will use exploits. Okay.
Another
And
thing.
that right there is something that cannot be stopped. So to me, the Neoxa thing, I really wish it would go a lot further. I think they have a lot of challenges that they need to overcome, and I hope they do. But the biggest problem they have is no utility so far, and it's just mine it, play the game, earn it. I think before they go on to their next game, which they said they were going to do was Rocket League, I think, before you even get to Rocket League, you already have all these other games out. They're pretty successful, right? Get the utility. You have enough games. Get utility behind it.
Trying to think of a way around this tax situation, but if you were to use
if you're a
blockchain
16-year-old
as
kid
a
playing video
transaction-
games, you're not paying taxes. You're not even thinking about
you're not
that.
worrying about
And
that.
the government's not coming after you for it.
No, but
Well,
in the
who knows?
game,
With the
the
new
problem's not for us,
IRS.
though, guys. I'm not talking about the tax problem being for us. The tax problem is going to be for Neoxa. It's going to be an issue for them. It's not an issue for us. We can do what we want. It's going to be on them, and that's going to get you on a blacklist with the SEC. Okay, and they're going to remove your shit from the country, because if people are earning a tangible asset, okay, by playing a video game and they're selling it, okay, it's great. It's a great thing, but that's a taxable event. And listen, let me tell you something. We know it's not really possible, but to the older generation that is in power, they're going to scream money laundering. They're going to scream all the BS. They're going to scream all these issues, and it's going to go bad for Neoxa if they don't start putting some utility behind that. This whole proof of game thing, I think, is great. I'm a consider of it, but sorry, Joe, but I'm telling you now, they're gonna find every excuse in the book to go and say, no. Wait a minute. It's like, okay, think of it this way. Could you imagine? Let's just say crypto wasn't around. Could you imagine everybody earned $1 every time they played Modern Warfare? Like they paid you to play Modern Warfare. It's the same thing. Don't tell me that there's not going to be bots, people that know how to do things that are just going to cycle money out of that. And the government's going to walk in and go, wait a minute, hold on. Like, let's just slow down here.
Here's the fine line you walk with that. I forget the last point I was going to make, but this one is, hey, let's say you do go play World of Warcraft, whatever, and you can sell that gold. There is a value for it, but it's not a taxable event in that case. But now because we have crypto and a blockchain to track it, it does become a taxable event, right?
Yeah.
I guess
it's like anything else, Joe. It's like, let's say you play StarCraft, right? We can go on all night about this. You play StarCraft. You have an account that has all the perks that are unlocked. Okay, you go on a forum and you sell your account. Now what? And now you get somebody else to log into your account to play with the upgraded perks that they don't have to pay for, and you're monetizing yourself. That's a taxable event.
It's a taxable event. Then
not to interrupt you, but hey, Integra guy, I just seen you down in the lobby. I'm sorry I didn't see you. If you want to pop back, here he is. Here he is.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right, Joe. All right. Hey, what's going on, Integra guy? What's going on, man? How are you?
Not too much. Other than Max owes me $200.
Ooh, whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Joe. Joe left. For the thing. The crypto.
Oh,
thing.
right. That's right. We were supposed to do a survey thing last night, and yeah, it's a bummer. I don't know what the heck happened.
Did you ever get anything back from them?
Nope. Nothing. Sucks.
So real quick, Integral guy, thank you for joining. Please be involved in the discussion. But we talked about Neoxa. Now my question still remains. KJ said Neoxa. Okay, what other projects that are going to match Flux? And I really want to know, because if Flux was up here already and it's mineable, everybody likes it. What other projects are you looking to get close to Flux? Excuse me.
Well, I don't think anything's going to get close to Flux, in my opinion. But what other projects have a use case that will allow them to work long term?
Right.
It needs to be something to attract the masses, doesn't it?
Well,
Meowcoin. There you go.
Yeah, it's like
Meowcoin's good. I support what they do, but
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah.
Chris, you've been quiet for a while, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. He's been staring off there. What's going on, Chris?
I have a lot of. Would this be just like GPU mineable coins, or
No.
are you
Oh,
including?
no, we're talking utility. We're talking a project. Yes, it's obviously a proof of work.
practicality.
Got to be a proof of work coin.
Proof of
Obviously.
work doesn't have to be GPU mineable, but proof
Could be
of
anything.
work.
Could be anything.
Okay.
But what other project would you match with Flux? If Flux was top dog, what other project would you put beside it that has same potential to be just as successful, if not more?
I like Cardano.
Okay.
I like how I read their white paper in full. I think it was like one of the only white papers I was like actually interested in. They had really good informational videos on how they their scalability is huge. They can process, I think, like 10,000 transactions a second or something. It's probably more than that, but I thought that was. What'd you say, Joe?
I second that.
Yeah,
But I did hear that 4 days ago their blockchain went down for a little bit.
Well, Selena's did too, and they're still alive. And now
yeah, of
Helium's
course.
joining them, so they can do anything. Anything's possible when you have people in your pocket.
It's funny when everybody mentions that, like, hey, this blockchain went down for a little bit. Everybody's like, well, it's not as bad as Solana.
Cowboys over at
Everybody
Solana just
responds.
making changes on the fly. Red Panda Mining says, let's not talk about Cardano, please.
That's because Panda would have been a multi-gazillionaire had he hang on to it and not listen to everybody. Anyway,
I'm
moving
going to tell you
forward.
all something real quick that someone brought up to me. That it's a great point. Everyone gets real salty when they're like, "Oh, I mined so many of those coins back, 4 or 8 years ago, and I'd be a millionaire now if I would have held on to them." Well, the reason you sold, and this is not a bad thing. It's realistic. The reason you sold is you have a power bill to pay, and you don't know if those coins are going to be worth caca in 2 years. How many coins were around 8 years ago that people were mining that aren't around today, and they were profitable back then? So if you hold on to them, I mean, everyone has bills to pay. So it's.
Patrick, you look like you want to say something, bro. What do you think about Cardano?
I don't know much about it.
Okay, hey, maybe I misread that. So what do you feel, Integra guy? You like Cardano? What's your thoughts on it?
I like Cardano. I like the multi-chain, but if you want to talk about transaction speed, let's talk about Caspa.
Okay, we'll switch it up. What do you guys? You guys think Caspa can be a competitor to Flux?
It does two different things.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
talking about as far as like here you got here. Okay,
If you want to look at like the single point, like what Patrick says, like what does it accomplish? What does it do? That would be the main. That would be the thing that Caspa solves is transaction speed and throughput.
But
You
if we're
can't
going to
doubt
talk
that,
about
yeah.
transaction speed, I mean, Litecoin is probably one of the fastest around. I mean, Patrick brings up a really good point, and when I talk to him, I really like it. He says, "What does it fix? What does a project fix? Is this just another, we provide this and that and this? I mean, is it just the normal script that most new projects put on their website? What problem are you fixing? And I think when you fix a problem, you're going to be successful. Ethereum fixed the problem. Flux is fixing a problem. What problem will Caspa fix other than transaction speeds? Which, no offense, Integra guy, I'm just saying, like, I don't think that transaction speeds is enough of an argument anymore because Doge just got fast transaction speeds. So, I mean, what else is
it all depends. If we have broad adoption of crypto, then yes, absolutely, being the fastest and most reliable transaction speed, that is going to mean something. Until then, it doesn't mean a lot. There's plenty of stuff that I can get something very, very quickly if I trade Litecoin, and everybody knows Litecoin. Everybody can trust Litecoin.
Right.
Caspa is definitely a lesser known entity at this point. So, not saying that I don't think it has a future. It's just that right now,
No,
yeah,
it's
very new.
It's a little bit of a tough sell.
fixing a problem that something else already fixes, right? Which, I can understand that, like Max was saying, we don't know like later down the road when there's wide adoption and things like that. But besides that one thing it fixes, though, you know what I mean? You're gonna need more, I think, more skin in the game to like really, make your project kind of stand out there. Because I think, like Hawk said, almost a lot of the projects are kind of doing the same thing. That's their thing, is transactions and speed and stuff like that.
Right. But Patrick made a good point, is you don't necessarily need to be a multi-trick pony. If you do one thing better than everybody else,
right,
that may be all you need, especially if it's transaction speed, because this really is what it's about being able to transact. That's why crypto was invented in the first place. It wasn't invented to do all the things that Flux is doing.
Equal trades literally just said bye-bye Visa, bye-bye MasterCard.
Right.
Well, the Lightning Network is already threatening their stance on society because there's already major companies that are moving towards it. RPM says, what does XRP solve? I did post this about XRP's got a big ruling coming out tomorrow. May be good, may not be. XRP
to be good at solving lawsuits.
I think it might not be good because of the Coinbase wallet. They're now removing XRP. I think they might know some things before.
Well,
that's
I read that they're also removing
Coinbase
XLM.
got rid of them like a year ago.
Coinbase was gone for a while. The Coinbase wallet, wallets are different. But they also removed ETC, XLM, and a few others for low volume, and people are not really trading or doing anything with them, so they got rid of them. Why? It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what they did. So XRP's Second TL Mining says XRP solves Swift. Now, Swift's been around for a while. I know Ripple, it doesn't. Okay, Patrick, go ahead. Fire away. Love it when you do.
Litecoin fixes Swift.
Litecoin fixes Swift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swift is just used for, final settlement of when, you're sending money through your credit card, your bank account, place to place. And of course, that takes 30 days to finalize in order for the transaction, in order to actually be completed. Litecoin, it's done in a few seconds. End of story.
I did read something, Patrick. Sorry to cut you off. I did read something that Bank of America is waiting to see what the ruling is on the Ripple case because they want to work with XRP. Now, I did see this. This was an article that went out. I did see this, and there's a lot of positive sentiment going around that XRP is going to win this suit. Now, nobody knows. But they have a judgment tomorrow that could give a glimpse into the future, and I think we'll know probably by the end of Q1 next year where XRP's fate stands. Tomorrow will be a good indicator. But if Litecoin fixes that, Patrick, then why would just curiosity here?
Mm-hmm.
I know it killed the cat, but I'm not a cat. That's my appeal. Why would Bank of America maybe want to work with Ripple? Is there maybe more stuff that they can do that Litecoin can't, that maybe we don't know about? Would you agree with that?
It's centralized, therefore they can manipulate it.
I was going to say they can manipulate it is the main key there.
Right. Okay.
That is the only key to it.
Fair enough. I mean, I have a 3,000 XRP, so I'm hoping that something good comes out of it. So, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. But go ahead, King. What do you got?
I was just gonna say, anybody else have any other projects that they think are gonna maybe climb up to the peaks there, or maybe not necessarily take anything over, but maybe be a top contender there? Honestly, I'm just a flux guy, so I mean that's just where I stand.
We know, Mr. Cumulus. Go ahead, Patrick. What's up?
So I'm going to be a little controversial here after chatting up Joe and Co last night. I think if Helium does what it's supposed to do, it actually would be rivaling Flux.
Sorry, because his response.
No, I'm going to explain, and I'm going to explain why.
Oh man, you're saying all the wrong things.
Wait, this is good. This is good. If they were doing what they were supposed, if they were doing what they were supposed to do, it would rival Flux. Please continue. I would love to hear this.
So the use case, if it's, I think, fully and properly utilized, is anything with a transceiver basically becomes a wireless device, something that can communicate and get on the internet without having any protocol stack whatsoever to actually utilize the internet.
Okay.
So like an IoT use case kind of thing where, like Joe was going on about like carbon monoxide detectors and stuff like that. We've got a whole multitude of devices that you want to get some connectivity out of that you don't necessarily want to have it physically connected to the internet, but indirectly connected to the internet. But I don't want to stick such with the internet as much of it just being a mesh network where you have a different mixture. You have multiple topologies that have a interoperability to communicate to one another.
Right.
So if it's utilized in that way, which I don't think it will, but if it is, that's top tier.
So
because we need a secondary.
Okay, but Joe, listen to what he said though, Joe. I know Joe's a lot like me. Just hold on. I'm just saying this. If it was doing what it was supposed to do, it could compete. Go ahead, Joe.
So I think they will, and from the LoRaWAN perspective, they will do what they're supposed to do. Now, Helium they have desires to get into everything. They want to be their own CDN and basically do what Flux is doing. However, they don't want to have their own blockchain anymore because they suck at building it. They want to go into decentralized VPN. They want to go into, they're talking about space satellites, which I think that's a pipe dream. But the reality of it is right now that with the bear market and with the piss poor management of what's happening currently within Nova, the word on the street is that 15 plus employees were fired a week and a half ago. It's not happening anytime soon, but they might rival others in the space if they get their shit together, but I wouldn't count on it.
So the future is looking grim for Helium at the moment. But let me put it this project did what they were supposed to do, things would be a lot better than what they are now. Let's just call it what it is.
Let me ask you this. As a business person, if you're running a company, do you want people who are going to sit there and lick your boots and be yes man? Or are you going to admire someone who's going to say, hey, this is jacked up, we should do it differently? And you have those arguments at the round table.
No, I always opt for option B in that area because
I am not a bootlicker. All right.
Well, that's for sure.
I agree with you 110%.
I love having the discussion because I don't. First of all,
my point, real quick,
full of shit. I'm just
Real
saying,
quick.
yes men are full of shit. Go ahead.
The point I'm making here is Helium has surrounded themselves as far as their foundation. So Nova Labs are the developers, and where the venture capital money comes in, Helium Foundations are supposedly the people working on the miscellaneous tasks and having the conversations about the future and carrying out other work. Foundation and Nova Labs full of bootlickers. Go ahead.
Listen, nobody likes, if you want to be a successful business, the last thing you want to do is surround yourself with people that go, yep, whatever you want. You like this idea? Love it. You don't want to be around those people because those people aren't going to challenge you. Like that's why I work. That's why working with KiiNG, Yeti, and GPU risers, dude, we must argue 2-3 times a week. It's amazing.
It's mostly about Hawk's decisions, but I mean,
yeah, okay. No, we don't want to do that. Why would we do that? KiiNG's going, well, we got to do this. And then me and Mike are more, Mike's front office. GPU risers is like the front office because he's also an attorney. So he handles a lot of the business paperwork side of things. I handle operations. KiiNG and Yeti are handling networking and software and hardware stuff. So we all bump heads, but we challenge each other. And we come to a conclusion. There's nobody that really goes, yeah, I love it. The KiiNG has said to me 100 times, no, that's bullshit. I'm not doing that. And I don't think we should. Like, if I had $1 for every time KiiNG said, yeah, no, that's bullshit, we're not doing that, wouldn't have to be in business. So, but that's just, so that's going to breed a good work environment, in my opinion, because you don't feel afraid to talk. In my opinion, I don't want any yes men around me. Get that bullshit out of here because you have an agenda for
Joe,
yes men.
you're muted, by the way.
And I agree. And that kind of healthy debate and arguing is what brings forth the good ideas, what vets the BS from reality. That's not happening within the Helium leadership. So I'm not. Look, if they actually got it together, I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe I would say, yes, Patrick, it might be a rival in the space. They might be a big player, but
yeah,
too stubborn and too wet behind the ears, in my opinion. They are new to the crypto game and they don't understand. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm cutting you off, dude. So I guess when I'm looking at it, it's like the vision of having an agnostic mesh network that doesn't care what it does or does not connect to. It'll just connect to something and send some form of communication, receive some form of communication. And you have basically a protocol built a couple layers above that. I think that has a use case in that you can effectively have a network outside of the internet.
Yes. And we might see that happen with other there's other wireless networks in play right now, but there are other Helium competitors popping up. So we talked about Crank earlier. We also have Chirp Wireless and Things IX. And like I've said before, it's the same thing as GPU mining. People turn off equipment or go mine something else when something else is more profitable. Helium, the people there, they're new to mining, so they don't understand some of these concepts. And if you tell them, oh no, I mean, it's not going to happen, it's too complicated for people. It's just that it's the arrogance and stubbornness to adapt. And look, their PR game sucks. It is.
Listen, I think a lot of projects, for example, Ergo. Okay, well, let's end this on a thing. What's the matter, Chris?
I wanted to talk about Helium a little bit.
No, go ahead, Chris.
All
right,
let's hear it.
All right,
about Helium. I'm going to pull it, Max.
Me and Joe could go about Helium for hours. It's like how our channels got traction. But this right here is a Panther X2 Helium miner. This is as good as my water bottle sitting next to me. I can't use it. It's not even a Raspberry Pi. It's like their own. I don't know. Some Chinese board that they made.
Yeah, it's custom made board.
You can drink water out of it?
Well, I
Make
mean,
it a plant.
It just sits there. It doesn't do anything. I can plug it in.
Pretty
and
sure I
it just
could
blinks.
reprogram it.
Yeah.
AJ can reprogram it.
But I'll send it to somebody. I don't care.
If
The-
it's
the
got a
whole
UI,
point-
it can be reprogrammed.
The whole point is their whole distribution platform was like completely messed up from the start. With their initial Helium hotspot, they released it, and then they found out that like they couldn't do it. They sucked at it, so they stopped making their own hotspot. They brought in distributors. They brought in Bobcat, Rack, SenseCap, and Nebra were the initial 4, and out of those, I'm missing one. It was another one that like was awful.
Syncrobit, Nebra.
Syncrobit, yeah, Syncrobit. So Syncrobit and Nebra, out of those 5 original ones, they went under. They sucked. And then we had the huge things with COVID, which I think it kind of helped the network in a way because it slowed the amount of people that were getting onto the network because the demand was so high. There wasn't a lot.
They're having a blockchain crash at least once a week after 20,000 hotspots, and they had no plan to go to validators. They thought people were going to be running a full blockchain off Raspberry Pis with 2 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, yep.
Come
and
on.
then they were selling the 2 gigabyte devices, then they realized that wasn't enough for the network, so then they had to start selling the 4 gigabyte devices. So all these 2 gigabyte racks were rendered useless. It's just like they weren't prepared for the massive onflow of the people. And then, I mean, I think the supply chain shortage kind of helped because it slowed it down and it kept the demand really high because they saw how much they were earning. But now where we're at right now, where the demand is kind of slowed, everyone can readily have a device. I have 4 Helium miners that are in boxes. Like I'm not even mining anymore. And I can't really sell them because no one wants them. So now it's just plateaued, and I think they really
Time
put
to
a bad
reprogram.
Yeah, they put a
Real
bad
quick.
taste in their mouth with what's up, Joe?
Oh, to answer a question, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you do it all the time. It's whatever.
Yeah, he did.
I do. To answer a question in the comments from Zapirate, doesn't Helium need internet connection to work? If that's the case, it doesn't solve network coverage in areas where ISPs are not available. So it depends on what type of service from Helium you're talking about. So they do have their 5G, which is actually 4G. It's CBRS, which is basically a channel that's open in the cellular spectrum of the frequencies that you can, if you had what's called an eSIM, so like a virtual SIM card programmed on your phone, you could use that. So in that case, correct. As far as LoRaWAN, that's something completely different. You're not reselling internet per se. It's connectivity, but it's not like you would not join a phone or a computer up to it. You would join a very simple device, one that it could be a small electronics board that monitors the simplest of things. So a door opening, if you have a GPS transceiver on it, you can monitor where your dog's walking to. And LoRaWAN, the actual LoRa modulation, can travel for miles, kilometers, whatever. I mean, the further they're bouncing it off the moon and getting reception back. That's how resilient it is. So it can, in a way, solve connectivity if you just need it for very simple Internet of Things devices all the way out in the middle of nowhere. That could be possible.
And
King,
thank
wanna
you.
say something?
Yeah. Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. Brian says talking HNT is like the Charlie Brown teacher language. Wah, wah, wah. Anyways, so I hate to cut this short because we got such an awesome panel here, but I don't know if anybody's been watching, but we've been going for 2 hours.
It's been really good though. These things get better.
I can't believe, look, everybody that was in the panel though, pretty
it's
much stayed
great.
the entire time, man.
Terrahash Tuesdays get better and better. So
yeah, exactly.
you guys so much for
Next week Panda won't be laying in bed at 8 o'clock at night like an old man. He called in.
He ain't laying in bed. He's caulking the
Turn
floor.
the Christmas tree off.
Hey, in 4 hours, I'm doing a live stream if you want to talk more Helium.
No.
It's going to be like a pinata.
I'm going to go paint dry.
Yeah. Watch paint dry. Oh, man.
You
Okay.
guys have all been awesome. Joe, Patrick, KJ, Max, Chris, thanks for hanging out. Integra Guy and everybody else that called in. Thank you guys so much for calling in. King's got to say one more thing.
Yep.
Go
One
ahead.
more last announcement. Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for my 5K giveaway, which Chili and Mr. RPM will be there. We're gonna be playing games, giving away some stuff. I'm gonna be giving away the in case all the other people who didn't miss it, a brand new. It's probably like all in my camera right here. I can't even hold it up. 3070 Ti hasn't even been opened. Never been mined on, guys.
He
Fresh.
actually showed me when he ordered it. And don't forget, we have the giveaway too for the CryptoTuber 500.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, right? So make sure you
I know
guys.
you just forgot. So yeah, it's tomorrow, Hawk.
I didn't forget. It's the 30th.
But yeah,
but make sure
tomorrow's
you guys
the stream for the Crypto 500, and my giveaway will be Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Also, you did forget this. Is Panda is giving away 2 1070s as well.
Oh, he said 2. I thought he said 1. Oh.
It says 2 right there in the chat.
Oh.
So that's great. Are you still getting the other thing too? Is that still
well?
going
Yeah,
on?
you cut me off. So just
oh my gosh, King.
Can I just mute this freaking? All right.
I think Chris is giving away helium.
No, Joe, are you still giving away your house?
Chili's giving away a Octominer.
What
So
am I
if you
giving
guys
away?
you guys are looking for a brand new Octominer X8, man, you better show up Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, my channel.
I don't think I have 8 GPUs anymore.
Sorry, Chris. 48. I can tell you if you want.
All right, yeah. So those 48, yeah, $5,000, Hawk. $5,000.
No. More like 15.
What?
What do you mean, what? 3060 Ti Founders Edition? Yeah, kiss my ass. I ain't going anything less than 10.
All right, guys. We're going to call it a stream. Thanks again for Joe, Max, Integra Guy, KJ, the new YouTube sensation over there, Patrick Guillen, and Chris. Thank you guys for all hanging out, man. This was fun. Next time we need to get a full panel. Yeah, it was, man. It was good.
Keep it going.
You guys have a good night, all right? We'll catch you
Happy
guys
birthday,
later.
Joe.
Next Tuesday's on my channel. Don't forget. Peace.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.